moving around my camera there. Hold on, let's make sure that is good. Excellent. Okay. Today is the 16th day of the month of Elul. I'm sharing the link over here so that everybody can join in with our learning this morning. Let's get in there. Baruch Hashem. Okay. And we are learning Daf Chaf Zayin Amud Aleph of Maseches Pesachim, continuing our discussion from yesterday, where the Gemara had told us. Let's just make sure that the audio here is working properly. Good. Okay, I think so. Good. Where the Gemara had told us that we are looking for the source of the discussion we were having yesterday, just backing up to the bottom of Chaf Vav Amud Beis, where the Gemara told us that there is machlokas between an alleged opinion of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbanan with regards to whether or not you have in a situation of a tanner that was made with the wood of an olive tree, that it was made out of something that was also, and then you baked bread in it, and then we wanted to know what exactly is the din of this bread, and we wanted to say that this is the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer, and this is the opinion of the Rabbanan, and we wanted to know which Rabbi Eliezer are we talking about. So the Gemara suggested 6 lines from the bottom of Chavav and Beis. Maybe it's Rabbi Eliezer. If you have yeast that is made out of chulin and yeast that is made out of truma, that both of them fell into a loaf of bread or into dough, and you're making a loaf of bread, and there isn't enough yeast, neither of the chulin nor of the truma, in order to create a chimutz reaction, meaning it's not going to puff it up. But once they are joined together, they have the ability to join up. Rabbi Eliezer says, I only care about the last one. It's not going to be aser, no matter which order it falls in. And Rabbi Eliezer is the opinion that says that if the truma fell and lost, then you would aser it, because then he would say garim, both of them have created the iser, and therefore it is going to be aser. The Rabbanan say until there is enough truma to make it chametz by itself. We're not going to say that the truma is that thing which caused it. V'amar Abaye, and Abaye tells us lo yishanu ela shekadam v'silak yisaiser. Abaye suggests lo yishanu ela shekadam v'silak yisaiser. We hold of Rabbi Eliezer's opinion in such a situation where we're going to say that, meaning Rabbi Eliezer only says his opinion in a situation of Chav Zayin Amud Aleph. He only says his opinion in a case shekadam v'silak yisaiser, where you went and you took out the truma before you put the chulin in. But if you didn't take out the truma first, aser, he's going to say that it's aser completely. Alma zeh v'zeh garim aser. Comes out that in a case of zeh v'zeh garim, meaning that if both of them were in there, you're going to say that it's aser. It's going to say that it's aser. So this is going to hold on a second. We mind the time of the Rabbi Eliezer Abaye. Who says that Rabbi Eliezer is saying like Abaye is saying? Maybe very simply, it's not a question of did you take out the truma or did you not. He's just saying that we follow whichever one was lost, meaning whichever one was there first. You're going to say that one is not going to create chametz, but once you put the other one in, now you have enough to create chametz. Whatever that was, that's the thing that makes chametz. Says the Gemara, it doesn't make a difference whether you had taken out the issue before or after. Aval bevas achas, but if you would put them in both together, you would say taka that it's mutter. You would say, and meaning he holds that zev garim is mutter, not aser. So we say no. So that cannot be the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer that we are searching for. Ella Rabbi Eliezer the Atzei Asherah. Maybe it's the Rabbi Eliezer of the Atzei Asherah. What's the case of the Atzei Asherah? Ditnan, we have a Mishnah. Not only man who eats him, that if a person takes wood from an Asherah tree, a tree of Avodah Zarah, Asurim Bahana, you're not allowed to get Hana from such wood. Hasik Bahem is Hataner, if he used it to heat up an oven, Chadash, if it's a new oven, you touch. You have to break that oven. Yashan, if it's an old oven, Yutzan, you allow it to cool down, and then you can bake bread in it. Offer by Esapas, what if you then bake bread in it? Asurim Bahana, the bread is also to use. And if it got mixed up with other breads, and that batch then got mixed up again with another batch, it says the Gemara, it says the Mishnah, Kulan Asurim Bahana, every one of them is going to be also Bahana, meaning you have something that's also Bahana, it got mixed up in one batch, and that batch, and another batch, you can just keep on mixing it up. There's not going to be any bittul here, it is all going to be also. Says the Mishnah, Rabbi Eliezer says, nah, easy peasy. You can be poded, meaning you can take whatever that Isser is, and you can exchange it for coins, and then you can throw those coins into the Yam HaMelech, meaning you got benefit. Good. What is the monetary value of that benefit? Exchange that on certain coins that you now need to destroy. No problem. So the Rabbanan said back to Rabbi Eliezer, no go, ain pidyon la'avodah zarah. We do not believe that there is such a thing as pidyon for avodah zarah. You have pidyon for kachim. You can redeem kachim in order to remove the kedusha, but you cannot be podeh avodah zarah to remove the isra of avodah zarah. What's the argument here? Is that Rabbi Eliezer is the opinion that is saying that in a case of avodah zarah, of avodah zarah wood, of Asherah wood, where you have bread that is baked in an oven that was made out of that the fire was made out of Asherah wood, and you didn't break down that oven. So what do you have? You have the Asherah trees that made the oven into a good oven, and then you have other wood that helped to bake the bread, and that's a zev zegarim. And Rabbi Eliezer is the opinion that is saying that this is aser, and therefore you should be yolechana liyam HaMelech. The only disagreement with the Rabbanan is whether or not you can be paid to that. Says the Gemara, Amud deshamet leil Rabbi Eliezer b'avodah zarah. Yeah, maybe that's because Rabbi Eliezer holds like this in the case of avodah zarah, the chamir isura, which is super machmer. That's why he's going to say zev zegarim. B'shari isurim shebatar mishamet le. But who says that he's going to say that with all other isurim in the Torah, that there's such a principle as zev zegarim? He's going to say the same thing about Orla. Who says that he's going to say the same thing about Orla? He says it arguably exclusively when it comes to avodah zarah. Says the Gemara, hold on a second. Ela imkain, if that's true, aman teramya, then who actually does say zev zegarim is aser va'od, and furthermore, hatanya behedya v'chein hayir Rabbi Eliezer is b'chol yisurim shebatara. We have a brayso that says Rabbi Eliezer says the same is true with all the other yisurim in the Torah. It says the Gemara, Amar Abaye says, if you want to say zev zegarim aser, that if something is caused by two things, an isur and a heter, and both of them contribute to the formation of the final product, Rabbi Eliezer, so we say Rabbi Hainu Rabbi Eliezer. If you're going to say zev zegarim is aser, so then Rabbi's opinion is the same as Rabbi Eliezer's opinion. Then there is no disagreement. Meaning, if Rabbi Eliezer holds zev zegarim is also, so then the Chacham also do in this previous Mishnah, because the only disagreement is whether or not you could be paid. But both Rabbanan and Rabbi Eliezer are saying zev zegarim of the Asherah tree into the bread. Both of them are going to agree that it's going to be also. Says the Rabbi Imtim Salaimar zev zegarim mutar. And if you want to say on the flip side that zev zegarim is mutar, hacham mishum diyesh shavach eitzim apas. Who? The reason that you're going to say that it's mutter is because there is shevach eitzim in the past, because you have the benefit from the asherah wood that went into the bread. That's why the reason is because there is not eitzim but shevach eitzim, meaning it's the fuel. The eitzim are used to be fuel, and that's gone into the bread. But hani karos v'kosos it's luchios asiri. But anything that was heated in a kiln, that is made from asherah wood, that fuel was used, then those things entirely are going to be aser. Meaning, if you burn a asherah tree in order to finish making an oven, and the oven makes bread, so then that's called shevach eitzim, went into the pas. But yeah, you have the eitzim themselves that went into the skara. It's not a zevazeh. That's going to be completely aser. You have plates and cups and bowls. Those that were fired up in a kiln, those things are all going to be aser. Keep pligi. Where do they argue? V'tanu kedera. The machlokas between Rebbe and Rebbe Eliezer is going to be in a case of tanur and kedera, in a case of an oven or a pot. Why? Leman dam zev as a gorim aser. The opinion that says that two causations, one isur, one heter, that make something aser, that made something finished, is going to be aser. It's going to be, he's going to say that it's aser. The man dam zev as a gorim mutter. Shari, the one that says that if you have two causations, it's going to be mutter, that is going to permit it. Why? What's the difference between an oven versus an oven and a pot versus a plate? Is that a plate doesn't have the strength to do anything until it is fired up, meaning it's a nothing. It's a nothing entirely. But a pot, yeah, you can have a situation with zev. Says the Gemara, and there are those that say, I feel that even according to the opinion that says zev zagarim is permissible. Kedera asur, the pot is going to be asur. Da kibla bishula, because it can already hold the stew. Even before it was put on another fire, meaning it could still rudimentarily do some kind of holding of some kind of liquid. Even before it's finished. Says the Gemara, Amar Rabbi Yosef, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, Tanashi Yisiku B'Klipe Orla. If I have a oven that is heated with orla shells, or B'Kashin Shel Kilaya Kerem, or with straw that came from the Kilaya Kerem, Chodesh Yutat, Yashan Yutzan. A new one has to be broken, and an old one has to be cooled off. By as a pas, if I bake bread in it. Rebbe is of the opinion pas mutaris, that the bread is going to be mutar, pas asura, and the Chacham said that the pas is going to be asura. Now the Gemara then questions us. Hold on a second, that doesn't make sense. Didn't we learn in the brayso Ibcha that this is the opposite? We just switched around the opinions. Everything that we've said about what Rebbe says, what the Chacham say, is the other way around. Shmuel Ibcha Tani. Shmuel says no, it's a mistake. It's a typo. Switch it around. Or alternatively, Ba'alma Kasav Shmuel. Shmuel is of the opinion that halacha karebi mechavei roi v'lo mechavei rav. That in general, Shmuel says that halacha goes according to Rebbe when he is arguing with one of his contemporaries, but not when he is arguing with multiple of his contemporaries. Uvaha, and in this case, afilu mechavei rav, we do hold like Rebbe, even over a number of his contemporaries, meaning mechavei rav, we're still going to pass on like Rebbe. V'savar, and therefore, when Shmuel taught this halacha, Atnei Ibcha, he taught it with the opposite opinion to make it that the Rabbanan said in the opinion of Rebbe, so that when people learn the halacha, they'll know that the majority opinion, meaning the correct opinion, is to be oser. Even though that is not actually the opinion of the Rabbanan, it is the opinion of Rebbe, it is the opinion that we paskin like, and therefore teach the brayso in such a way that we're not so accurate according to who says what. We teach it accurate to what people will know the halacha is, which is that it is that in such a case, of zev zegarim, we are going to say that it is aser, and Be'ez Hashem Yisbarach, we will continue with the sugi of bishla al gav chalim, divrei akol hapas muteres, the next line of the Gemara. Everybody should have a wonderful day.